So, welcome everyone to our self care and service practice in the love, peace, and harmony field. I'm Laurie and honored to be with you today for another session. And today we are transitioning from that rest restorative space that we are still working on, but we are moving towards joy. So this doses of joy is today's focus, and thinking about the little things that can make us happier, healthier, and can help our self-care as well as our service. We'll do an exercise in the love, peace, and harmony field, and then talk about some next steps. And so we will first of all do our usual check-in. So you can go ahead, and if it feels comfortable and safe to do so, you can close your eyes and check in inwardly. And what we're doing is we're noticing our thoughts, our emotions, our bodily symptoms or sensations or physical symptoms, as well as a reflection on past actions and behaviors. And we are developing our awareness, deepening our awareness, enhancing our awareness, so we can even be aware of subtle shifts that may occur within our being that can allow us to know how we are doing. If we're doing well, if we need more support. A lot of times these signs will show up in our thoughts, emotions, bodily symptoms, sensations, or actions and behaviors. So check in at this moment. How are you doing? And we want to check in and reflect without judgment, but with kindness and compassion, just as if you would ask a loved one, "Oh, how are you doing today?" And you're sincerely wanting an honest response, not like, "Oh, I'm fine, thank you," but like wanting to know how they're doing. So this is a way of checking in. How are we doing today? And if we are feeling we need any supports, knowing where are we being affected? Is it our thoughts that's maybe racing or feeling negative or worrying? Is it our emotions? Are we feeling happy or sad or, grieving? Is it some bodily symptoms like pain in our neck or shoulders or abdomen? Or actions and behaviors? We noticed we were uh, having more, uh, feeling more or less productive, or doing things or saying things we may not normally do. These are just indicators for us that something may be up, and we want to look at ourselves kindly, compassionately, and then do something about them. So thank you for being here today, because this is a time that we can do something helpful for ourselves in our self-care. And what we are working on, we've been working on, right, going into these states from acute stress mode to deep blue mind, which is a deep rest mode, and releasing the time of the cognitive low where we're always thinking about something. Many times when we're supposed to be resting, like sleeping, our mind is still working. Okay. And so one of the things that can help our mind move to a lower baseline is these doses of joy and being mindful of them and using these opportunities to retrain our brain to be aware of these joyful moments. So joy is found in everyday moments. maybe someone did you a favor, or you see you're passing and a child is smiling, or we feel we accomplished something, or we're looking forward. It could be something like, oh, my favorite show, a new episode came out. Or it could be, oh, that was, so sweet. I saw that person doing something and it was, joyful to see. So there's actually a lot of joy within our day. However, sometimes our brain can tend to focus on problems more than positive, joyful experiences. And actually, in a lot of the psychological or neuropsych literature, it may come from that survival space, right? In the old days, cave people days, it was like the survival mode. So the fight, flight, freeze type of come in, and where our brains tended to be more predisposed to picking up threats, right? Because that helps our survival. And for many of us, as we are blessed and society has shifted, we may not have those moments, for just surviving like the cave people. But so we want to develop that part of that brain that kind of helps us evolve, helps us enjoy life. Okay. And so what we can do is what we're going to train our brain to notice these moments of joy, of beauty, of gratitude and connection, which again leads to greater sense of self-care and service. Okay? As we become more joyful, we can serve by just increasing the field around us, right? So capturing joy, how do we do that? So there's a process that we savor moments, positive moments, for 10 to 20 seconds. And we're going to do this practice in the meditation. We're going to engage our senses and let the experience land in our heart, or what we would say is absorb. So we've introduced this before, I remember, and there is a psychologist. I can see his face. He has done many wonderful works, and I will get his name by the end of the session. But he talks about this approach called HEAL, HEAL, that we're going to do 3 of the 4 steps. And I will guide you. It's have H is for having a positive moment. So like remembering that joyful moment. E is to enhance it, and A is to absorb it. So it's similar to this. We're engaging or enhancing our senses to enhance the moment. And then A is to absorb, which is to kind of have it like land in our heart or really feeling it. Okay. And so we're going to have this joyful meditation, joy harvest meditation. And we'll try to maybe do about 3 moments of joy. And you can start now just thinking how quickly, how easily, if I ask you 3 moments of joy from your past. Okay. Past week, can you think of anything? Okay. And some of you may have gotten it boom, boom, boom. Some of us needed more time to think about it. Some of us may be still thinking. Wherever you are, just notice without judgment, how, if it came quickly, if you needed more time, if you still need some time. And this can be a way that we can allow ourselves to measure or track ourselves, how quickly our mind can feel connected with joyful moments. Okay. So don't worry where you are now. Don't judge yourself. We just want to notice this is our baseline in terms of connecting with joy. And we will continue to practice this. And we will be doing it in the love, peace, and harmony field. Okay, for those of you who are new to the field, we believe that everything has its own vibratory field. Okay, right? We can have the joyful field or the not joyful field. And each of our vibrational fields are connected in this quantum field of the collective. Okay? So when we align with the vibrations of love, peace, and harmony, we can not only uplift our lives, but we also support the uplifting of the world. So what we're going to be doing is connecting with the field of 3 calligraphies, which has a message of love, peace, and harmony. And we believe it carries this higher frequency, vibration, and message. And by resting and connecting with this field and these frequencies, we can then become more present and more able to connect with these joyful moments and to make the most of this meditative practice. Okay, so we'll do this now. So let's get started. And what I would like you to do is, again, if it's safe to do so, you can close your eyes and just check in. Allow yourself to go to your peaceful, safe space. Okay, so we used to say safe space. You can call it your peaceful sanctuary. It doesn't matter what you call it. What is important is you're visualizing a space in your mind and your heart that allows your body to learn to relax. Okay, so it could be in nature, it could be in a cozy or safe space that you create in your mind's eye with your creative visualization. And this is also training our brain to be able to connect more and more to feel safe. This is one of the key things I'm finding as I work with people. And for those of you who are parents, that we guide parents to allow children to feel they need to feel safe. Okay? That's number one. And as we're getting into safe space, in this space, I want you to connect with one of the moments of joy that you recalled. Okay? Some of you had 3 moments. Think about one of the moments, the most powerful moment. For those of you who have not recalled any joyful moment in the past week, you can recall the last joyful moment and think about it, just this small doses of joy. It doesn't have to be so big, right? Like, oh, a special event. It could be if it's hard to recall daily moments or small moments. But if you can do in the past week, that's fine too. Okay. And what I want you to do is visualize that light of joy. Visualize that moment that you felt joyful. Reconnect and imagine, engage your senses. Imagine how that felt, where you were, what was around you, the sights, the smells or fragrances or scents, the feel of the air, the atmosphere. Was it warm, cool, cold? Notice and allow yourself to enhance as you engage in that moment of joy. And again, it could just be like, oh, I saw a baby smiling, right? But just enhance that moment. Or it could be the laughter of a child or a loved one. Something that, a story someone shared, or allow yourself to enhance it. Engage your senses. And as it becomes lighter and brighter and more joyful as you're really enhancing it with your senses and with your creative visualization and imagination. I really want you to feel it and absorb it. Imagine all of that love and light, that joy is being absorbed into your being, into your heart space. Feel that joy, feel that light. Even it was like this fleeting moment of joy as you just smiled at a child, or right, felt a sense of accomplishment on some task, or been able to get your favorite food or eat your favorite food. Feel that joy, that light. And again, really allow yourself to absorb that. Imagine through the pores of your skin, you're absorbing that joy and light. And then express gratitude. Just feel the gratitude for that moment, as we're also connected to the love, peace, and harmony field. So feel that you're being supported in this love, peace, and harmony field that can enhance the frequency and vibration of the joy, love, and light that you're connected with. The gratitude for having a joyful moment, for recognizing a joyful moment. Feel yourself staying in that space. And what we're going to do is we're going to just play some music, the love, peace, harmony music. And again, those of you who cannot remember the joy, you can meditate in the field, the love, peace, harmony field, the calligraphy field, and with the music, and create a joyful moment right now that, wow, I have this opportunity to be in the love, peace, and harmony field with others, taking care of myself. So grateful for joy, so joyous. Okay. So I'm going to, first of all, I'm going to have to, so just allow yourself to continue to relax and meditate. I'm going to be playing some music. You might not hear it well, but as I play it, you can adjust your volume on your end. Wonderful. So continue to just relax and just notice how you are feeling, how those moments were. We'd love to hear, maybe even write down how it felt to reconnect with these moments of joy. And I was able, and maybe share them, because a lot of times you sharing your moments can inspire others to feel that joy. I remembered several, but the two that stood out was one, I'm doing my Tao Calligraphy teacher recertification. And a lot of times for a lot of us, it's a pressure because it's due at the end of the month and we have a lot of calligraphies. But there's a moment I remember I just started this week that it was just so peaceful and I was so happy and joyful. I could feel the light coming in. It was just a joyful moment. So that was one. And the other one wasn't in the past week, but it was a concert that I went to, the BTS concert. And it wasn't actually being there, but it was like glancing over to my husband, wasn't a fan, but he was enjoying himself singing and shaking his light stick, um, with everyone too. So it was just that moment of seeing my husband being joyful and happy about that. So that made me joyful. So, these moments, it's wonderful to share what comes up. And for those of you who may have had a hard time thinking of something right now, it's okay too. As you continue, things will come up, and it's kind of like a practice, right? It's a practice. So I'd love to hear how people did, and you can write down in the chat, or feel free to share if you would like. And as we are waiting for maybe people to share, we'll go on to talk about some next steps. So we have other opportunities for your self-care journey. And as some of you may know, many of the activities or the information is based on the Stress Prescription, 7 Days to More Joy and Ease by Dr. Alyssa Epple. We also have the Love, Peace, and Harmony Field, which is sponsored by the Love, Peace, and Harmony Foundation. And there's other charitable works that they have there. There is the resource that I'll show you later with the song that you could play. And then I was looking up some maybe other resources. There's a book called Awe by Thatcher Keltner. And the premise of the book is that joy often arises when we move beyond our narrow concerns and experience a sense of wonder, connection, and appreciation. So this one, and we've talked about awe before in our stress prescription chapters or in these chapters, but it kind of combines the awe with joy. So that could be a nice research that you could look into and see if it helps you. And we do have more opportunity to be in the love, peace, and harmony field. My mother, Annette, has meditations as well as Tao wellness practices. You can see a few of them from the past on our YouTube channel. You can join her live on Zoom. You can go to our Satori Family Wellness Center.com to register for those events. You can also register for our free wellness evening on Thursdays. So we welcome you. And if you do need more support you have some questions or how to get started, you can contact us for a support session. And of course, although I am a licensed psychologist practicing here in Hawaii, I am not, serving as your psychologist. Please seek your own healthcare provider for more information. The information is more for general educational purposes and not to replace any medical or psychological information. Okay. And those of you who are continuing on your service journey as well, Here is a QR code that I mentioned, and the website that you can look into the instrumental that we played in our meditation. It takes you to the Love, Peace, and Harmony Foundation. And you can also have a place that you can donate or receive different products that also support the Love, Peace, and Harmony movement. So once again, we thank you. Self-care, and reminder that self-care is service. We increase our self-care to increase the quality of our service. So I do want to thank all of you for being here today. And if you do have any sharing, I'd love to hear. Oh, Amy said, my joyous moment that came to mind was spending time with my family and how my children and grandchildren have grown and matured throughout the years. Such wonderful moments. Thank you, Laurie, for providing these sessions to reflect and relax. Thank you. Thank you, Amy, for that sharing. Wonderful. Yes, the children and grandchildren. Wonderful moments there, right? Yes. So thank you for sharing that. Your sharing also brought memories for me as well. So it's like one more moments of joy I can connect with. So thank you. I'd love to share my goodbyes personally. So thank you to all who might be watching either on Facebook or on YouTube. Thank you for joining us. Aloha.